To do a little educational video here for all about live streaming, really. So a bit of a guide. So I know this might be really helpful to some people because I've been doing a lot of we've been doing a lot of live streaming recently. So I just want to talk to you about some of the gear I've got and how I've been doing it. So I'm not gonna in this one do anything up close because I know the guys are on site here to do mowing the lawn. There's going to be lawnmowers and things going, so I'm going to sort of try and not be too long about this. If you want to ask anything about anything particular I'm about to talk to, put it in the comments below if you're on YouTube or Vimeo or Facebook, and I will make a little video about that. Anyway, so as you can see on this table behind me, I've got a load of gear. So let's sort of start with start with cameras, really. So come over to this camera here. So this is general one of my camera setups that I'd use whether it's in a church or graveside, if I'm doing a funeral or whatever it is. So I've got a Rode NTG 4 Plus shotgun microphone here. This is coming into a Beachtek DXA Micro Pro sitting on the top. It's coming into the right hand side. Then I've got my radio mic system sitting on the top here, coming at the left, and an output into the input on the camera. Headphones, right? These are a pair of Roland's, about £20 on eBay, right? Sorry, Amazon. Absolutely must have, right? So I order the whole time I'm wearing these like that, so I can monitor all my sound. I've got control on the back here on this the little Beachtek mixer here, and then I'm running. I've either got a choice. If I'm streaming out, I don't have to record in the camera. I've got other options for that. If I do, I've got to think about some cameras have got 30 minutes. So keep that in mind about how long you're streaming for, because if you cut off, otherwise if you just leave it open, you've got clean HDMI coming out, you don't have issues. And obviously if you're worried about battery, just use the little USB packs like I use, plug them in the side, they run for hours. So yeah, so this is pretty much the thing. So I've got audio, I've got wireless mics on whoever's going to be doing talk for all the dialogue that comes into here, and this is good. This is really good for like some ambient sounds. So we come back over this side. So one of my main bits of gear, if I'm doing coming away from single camera live streaming, this is the Blackmagic Design Atem Mini Pro, which is the little keyboard just in here. And sure, a lot of you know what these are. This is just a custom pelly case been made. So I've got a 4K monitor up there. So I power this on the back, and I've got 2 power switches there. So this saves me time. That's the main thing. It's not just transport; it's time of plugging all these wires in. So all I've then got to do is I plug my power in there, and then I put my cameras like 1, 2, 3, 4, or if I'm using like a Stream Deck to put some graphics on the screen, or I've got a video I've got on another laptop, I can feed that in here as well and run that as part of the stream. And as well as the monitor in there, if I've got a bigger monitor, I've got an HDMI out there. So this lets me do multi-camera. And then what I generally do is I will run this Ethernet that will go into just a network switch, nothing more than this one. I've had this one years. Look, even one port doesn't work, a bit of blue tack, so I know that port. So that all goes in there. So everything goes wired through there, and the USB-C there, I put that onto a little Samsung T5 or T7 solid state drive, and that's my backup. So it's backing up whatever's been going down program, whatever's been previewed out to the LiveU. What else do I need to tell you about that bit? Not a lot. No, okay, now, if you wanted to take this into... so this enables you to do multicam. Let me come away from there. Now, this little unit, which I'm using today, is... Sorry, I'm just coming out the screen here. Right. Okay, so, Netgear Nighthawk M1. That's my sort of main modem. Brilliant modem. So I do speed test for that, and I either switch between O2, Vodafone, or an EE SIM in that. This little device, this is the LiveU Solo. This is a 4G bonding network. So that's what I'm streaming with right now. You probably all flicker if you look at that. There's only a couple of buttons. So what I've got in here, I've got an EE SIM in there, I've got a Voda SIM in there, and I've got an O2 SIM in there. And on my phone in my pocket, which is a Vodafone, it's also got a hotspot. So that's going in via Wi-Fi. So you've got the Wi-Fi off that, Ethernet from there, and the 2 modems that go on the USB sockets on the side. So I've got 4 separate networks going up, and that, what it does, even if they're all 4 of them are all weak, it takes the data packets from all 4 up into the cloud, and the LRT service of LiveU will stitch all that together and create a much bigger stream to give me the power, the amount of data I need to flow that down. Now, one little new bit of kit I got is from Blackmagic Design, who made the Atem, is this. It does need power or a battery, but this little stream bridge, let me grab hold of that for a minute. This stream bridge here, what this enables me to do is from the Atem, so I can use multi-cams with this, because how this actually works is, you'll see there's a single HDMI that the camera I'm being recorded on right now is plugged in there. If I take the HDMI out of here into there, then on the Atem, off of the network switch that I showed you earlier, everything's going to be in there. Take an Ethernet cable from there and put it in there. Now I can use the up to 4 cameras on the Atem streaming straight down into the Solo. So now I've got 4G bonded network, which quite often gets me out of trouble in remote churches and places like where I'm streaming from, and I can keep hold of multiple camera switching. Okay, so that is really, really helpful. So I'm just going to put these back down and I can go back to the gear. Okay, so we've talked about that, so let me so that's the Blackmagic Design streaming bridge. Okay, it's about £200 roughly, that bit of kit. The LiveU Solo, you're looking about $850, and then the pair of modems about $150, and that the Netgear Nighthawk M1, that's about £200 second hand, about $300 new, I believe. Right, the switcher, yeah, I've already showed you. I haven't got it powered on because I'm just out. I can power this. I'll show you, get to that in a minute. But I can do all this separately if you want me to go through that. But there's loads of these on YouTube already, so I'm sure you can find a wealth of information all about the switcher. So let me put that away for a minute. The other essential bits of kit I use are the Hollyland Mars. I've got the 300s. Okay, so fabulous bit of kit. These work through walls as well. I can tell you that because there's a chapel I've done several live stream funerals in, and I've followed the family out through the end door and gone right outside, and they still work. So what I do is, this one would be like on the camera there now. Or say on this one for second camera, I would put that up. So the HDMI out of the camera would come into the HDMI in here, and we've got a loop back if I've got a monitor, a field monitor set up there, which I do use. These run off of the like Sony MPF batteries if you haven't got mains. One of this type, this is the F970 8800 milliamp hour. That's about 7 hours of use at least with that. Yeah, so there's your transceiver, so that would sit up there. And then on the receiver, I just use the HDMI out there and put that straight into the Atem Mini. Or I have even, if I've wanted to get this, needed a solo farther from the camera like now, I could have just run, put that on this camera here and put that, you know, with the LiveU over there, and just HDMI to HDMI there. Okay, so essential, absolutely essential those. The other bits of kit, obviously, were just a couple of Rode mics for ambient sounds. So, you know, sort of whatever you want to use with those. I also use the Atomos Ninja 5, which are not only good for a monitor up on the top, but also if you want to do the recording onto the SSDs down there, you can indeed. Other bits of kit I carry, so this little bag is just a bag of batteries and dead cats and spare base plates. In there I keep the 2 mics. I keep the Beachtek, which I've got on the other camera, and I've got a Kamika CVM AX1, which is on the camera that's recording now. So they sit in there. this is my little audio bag of wires. So in here I carry sort of for everything from 3.5 to RCAs, from 3.5 to XLRs, and what we got there, like the 6 down to the thing, and we've got extension leads and just all sorts of adapters that I've picked up. So this is sort of started as my wedding bag, really. So wherever I am, whatever PA system I come across, I might need to tap into one of them leads, adapters in there, or a couple of them together. That enables me to get digital recording straight off their system. So just a bag of leads, all come from Amazon. This case I keep here, I just keep various bits. I just keep sort of, you know, different screws that I might want to, you know, rig something differently in there. A couple of cables. This is what I call my power thing, really. So I get like all my little USB packs and just little tools and leads. So it's not on one of my essential things, but sits in like my secondary bag. This one, however, this is my this goes with me everywhere. So this is a bunch of as I wrote in there, micro HDMI to HDMI cables. So I've got from short and 1 meters and 2 meters and 4.5 meters in there, all in separate bags, because I was a tangle and it caused me a nightmare. This side here is all my Ethernet and cables and adapters, and some are on the floor down here that I'm using currently. And then I've got another small micro to HDMI that I think that was with one of the with Holyland or something, and then some HDMI to HDMIs, and then a couple of these brackets which I use quite often. This is the short one with the 2 sort of cold shoe sockets. So this I'd put on there if I wanted to get that over to one side, and perhaps this mic wasn't down here and it's up there. And I've got another one a little bit wider, which is helpful for if I'm using the the Atem Ninja 5, I can push that right over there, get that over there, and then I can get my like the Beachtek over this side. So that works really well. And again, just it's cables. You can't have enough cables. I'm telling you, you really can't. You've got to think about different lengths and different situations you run into. So that's my cable bag. What else? When I've touched on here, okay, yeah, this is really essential. So when I'm working in, say, a cemetery, or I could have done it here today when I'm out on location, I've got a pretty decent V-Lock battery sitting down here. I'm sure I don't need to show you what a V-Lock battery is, but the V-Lock has the D-tap connector on it, and then I've got a couple of these leads because I also bought quite recently this little handy little kit. So this comes out that battery pack and gives me 4. Okay, so what I then can do with them is I can run the Atem Mini Pro off of one of them, and I've got another one for I sort of can use it either from charging the LiveU or what else? I'm trying to think what the other thing I've used it to power up. There is something around here that's I can't think what it is now, or even the Stream Bridge. You know, so I've got powering options on site, so I can get a multicam video live stream set up on in a like just right here where I'm now. This little big battery pack is also another handy one. So it's like just a big block, but what this does is it gives me a really good USB output, but also I've got a plug on there. And most of the leads, you saw some of the leads in that bag there, and the others I've always got in the back of the car. So if I ever wanted that as a get me out of trouble as well, that's there. So battery pack and leads, you need them. You need loads of them. All right. So yeah. So what else do I need to cover? Just trying to think. Yes. Occasionally, this is an external antenna that I use with the Nighthawk M1. So it comes with, I think it's their 5 meters of cable, and then I just bought these off of Amazon, these little adapters, and they just convert in the end to go push into the Nighthawk M1. This, yeah, I was over at Bury St Edmunds, and this got me, there's a church really weak service, and I had to use the multicam. I didn't have the stream bridge at the time, and I put this on a light stand outside and used a spare tripod as a bit of a sandbag weight on the light stand so it didn't go over in the wind. And it was really fun. It did make me laugh. I was actually in a live stream, and I think it was one of the funeral directors, and he walked over and he said to me, there's no sound coming out your speaker that's outside. And I was trying to sort of say to him, you need to be quiet, because I had a mic on the camera at the time and it really made me laugh, but I said, it's an antenna. And the other thing I've used quite a lot is, this is a 20 meter Cat 7 Ethernet cable. And that is really helpful. I use that probably once a week, where I've had to put like one modem a fair way off. And then that gets me right out of trouble for that. So, you know, probably like tenner of cable, essential for your list. So all these things I'm showing you here are, they're just, every job is slightly different. So you need them. Oh, and let's talk about microphones. I've already done a video on that, but I'm currently wearing the wireless Go 2. So I'm just using one of the, this kit has the 2 transmitters. So I'm using number 1, and yeah, but I use, obviously, on every job, I'm using a pair, because I sort of have one onto, say, a funeral I did on Friday. The priest wore exactly what I've got on here, and then I put the second one over on the, God, name escapes me now. Yeah, where the reading and tributes are done. Yeah, and then I use like a wider angle, sort of what we're going through here now as one, and then I use this one, and I sort of crop in on with the small sensor button to go in tighter on this, and that's a 7200. So that gives me really close images of the subject who's doing the talking. So yeah, I think, you know, so if you're doing anything, couple of good tripods, couple of good heads, good audio is essential. I'm sure you guys know that already. This is just really to just give you an overview of how things are connected. So just the last thing I can really think of is just talk about, you might have some questions about the connectivity. So just to say, this one, I just use that either if I don't want to use a backup, or that was on an SSD. So let's just put that over the way. So this one, on a job is, I'd have that in. So I'd have that in there. Then I'd have my laptop sitting next to me. That would be into, no, so it's that one there. Then I've got this one, which then would go to the, like say the stream bridge, which was down here. That'll go there. So now that lot's all now connected. Then we're going HDMI out there, and obviously the modem is sitting on to the that's directly onto the LiveU Solo. So, you know, it's not hard. As I say, if you want me to do a little more detail, because I'm just giving a 100-foot overview here, just because I know some people are asking questions about it, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just take an hour of my time and give back a little bit, because people help me, and I'm really appreciative for the people that answer my questions and help me. So I just want to give a little bit back. So if you do want me to do anything of, don't matter what it is, anything here a little bit more detailed, just ask me and I'll do it for you, okay? But I hope that was really helpful, and yeah, thanks to my assistant Lucia, who's behind camera. She's normally this side of me, but she's doing the filming side for me today. And yeah, okay, and oh, and happy Mother's Day to all their mums out there, and not just the female mums as well. You know, there's dads out there that do that role for various reasons, and